The Milk of Dreams was the theme of the 2022 art exhibition that took place at the Venice Biennale. The international art exhibition has been a haven of art, architecture, cinema, dance, music, theater, and historical archives of contemporary art. Since its 1895 debut, Venice has feted the world every 2 years, the odd-numbered years, with a 6-month-long contemporary art fest. Due to a pandemic pause, the program 2021 Biennale was taken off the calendar. However, in April 2022, the Biennale returned. The Milk of Dreams was the name of this past year's themes drew connections to Leonora Carrington's work, who was a British-born Mexican artist, surrealist painter, and novelist who has made her lasting impact in history as one of the last surviving participants in the surrealist movement of the 1930s. This title and theme, The Milk of Dreams, is just one literary reference that makes up my research. I have looked at the literary works that have come to life and connected us to vital concerns and observations happening in our current society. As defined in the brochure, The Milk of Dreams takes its title from a children's book by Leonora Carrington, in which the surrealist artist tells dreamlike tales of hybrid mutant creatures that seem to terrify young and old alike. Carrington's stories describe a magical world where life is constantly re-envisioned through the prism of the imagination and where everyone can change, be transformed, or become something or someone new. Most of her surrealist paintings show the unconscious thoughts in our mind, often made up of a fluidity between non-human forms and animal-human combinations. During the time of the Surrealism movement, the artworks created were representative of Freudian thinking. The Milk of Dreams as an art exhibit in 2022 can be connected to some of Carrington's past works, showing imaginary journeys through the metamorphosis of bodies and definitions of the human. This brings us to three main questions that I examined in my research. How is the definition of the human changing? What constitutes life and what differentiates plants, animals, humans, and non-humans? And lastly, what would life look like without us? Taking a look at the space the Venice Biennale is held in, the exhibition took place in the Central Pavilion, Giordani, and in the Arsenale. At the Arsenale specifically, monumental works question the place of the human in nature and the nature of the human. At the 2022 Biennale, renowned curator Cecilia Alemany decided to place 5 different time capsules, as she calls them, inside the International Exhibition Building. Here you can see one floor plan from the exhibition that houses the artworks that I have researched in my topic. The Milk of Dreams focuses on the representation of bodies and their metamorphosis, the relationship between individuals and technologies, and the relationships we as humans have to the natural world. Relating back to my own research, works of literature with artistic components can be turned into real-life exhibitions that help us question how our bodies are changing and transforming, how we identify in this new era, and our relationship to the world that surrounds us. One historical capsule, or historical room, contains a secondary literary influence, Ursula K. Le Guin's The Carrier Bag Theory of Fiction, which has an interior theme of its own. What this theme means in art is that it is trying to convey a display that is conceived as an iconology of vessels in various forms, which includes nets, bags, eggs, shells, etc. The carrier bag theory of fiction retells the story of human origin by redefining technology as a cultural carrier bag rather than a weapon of domination. This also tests another post-human theory, and one that is one of the first cultural inventions that must have been some sort of container. At the Biennale, this theme was conveyed in a display to be thought of as an iconology of vessels in various forms and their symbolic, spiritual, and/or metaphorical links to nature and the body. American artist Ruth Asawa is one of many featured artists who have taken this theme and ran with it. As highlighted by the Biennale, Ruth Asawa began making art as a teenager while forcefully detained by the US government in a camp during World War II alongside her family and thousands of other Japanese descendants. This included animators from Walt Disney, who helped her learn to draw and paint. After she moved to San Francisco in 1949, Asawa began constructing suspended sculptures, transforming everyday industrial materials such as rough brass, steel, and heavy copper wire into full forms. This is evident in the hanging gardens that you can see here created by Asawa. Inspired by a basket weaving technique that she learned in 1947 at a summer trip to Mexico, Asawa's looped wire sculptures are grounded in the singular qualities of her chosen material, making use of wires. Additionally, the hanging garden sculptures encompass the guiding questions for this edition of the Biennale Arte, which focuses on three huge thematic themes in particular. One, the representation of bodies and their metamorphosis. Two, the relationship between individuals and technologies. And three, connection between bodies and the earth. In conclusion, with 213 artists from 58 countries, has a huge impact on our society and the art world, especially in a world where everyone can change, be transformed, and become something or someone new.